Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talk. It is Thursday morning, and I got a phenomenal video to talk to you guys about today. Before I tell you guys what it is, do not think for a minute it's a religious video. I don't want anybody getting the wrong idea and all of a sudden shutting off the video. Hear it out. So today I want to talk a little bit about building true wealth, financial well-being. The reason this video actually came up is because I had a good friend of mine that just called me up probably about 3-4 hours ago, and we talked on the phone for about 3 hours, and we talked about religion. And he was a little bit concerned that maybe I am a little too consumed with gold and silver. And he's a good friend of mine, and I think he had my best well-being at heart by asking me that question. And for those of you that don't know, I am a little religious. And I explained to him that no, but on the flip side, I am concerned a little bit about having something when I'm 70 years old. And I think it's important that you understand if you're saving in dollars, you're not going to have anything. Let's be real. I told him, I said, let me ask you this. I said, do you think saving in dollars, do you think your dollar is still going to be, let's say you put your life savings in dollars, is it still going to be there in 25 years? He goes, I don't think it will be there in 5. And I said, exactly. I said, so you might hear me talking about it because I'm trying to direct people a little bit to understand what's really happening to your money, to your savings. And therefore, yes, I do talk about it a lot, but it's not my sole I guess, purpose in life, acquire as many ounces as I can. But I would rather have my money in silver and gold than in fiat dollars. And that's what we're going to talk about today, why that is the case. And if you enjoyed today's video, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button for me. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. And if my phone should happen to make, I am recording this on my phone, a weird buzz, please put it in the comments what time you heard it. I'm trying to investigate why that happens. Someone brought to my attention in a comment yesterday that there was like a buzz that kept going off, and she goes, I couldn't finish the video. I loved the video, but I couldn't listen to it because that buzz that went off periodically was annoying. If you guys hear something like that, let me know. I had people comment before the volume wasn't right and I was able to look into it. But if no one ever says anything because they would just want to be nice and not say anything bad, don't feel that way. I'm trying to grow the channel. I'm trying to better the channel. I am working my butt off to succeed at making it as a YouTuber. And I literally, that's why I do content every day. I do a morning talk every day, and I do a short video that I try to get up every evening. So let me know if there's something off that you don't like. Let me know your thoughts on that. And if you would like to become a member, we are going to be giving this away this month. I'm going to be giving a video specifically about that, so you might hear that one of these mornings, but there's only going to be 100 spots. Once the 100 spots are filled, that's it, and we're already at like 80 something. So the spots are going to fill quick. And last month, we announced the big giveaway, and we were filled within 3 days. So as soon as I do the official announcement and put giveaway in the title, there's a chance that's going to go real quick. It is a free members-only event. So you do have to be a member, and there's only going to be 100 spots for it. So they're going to fill really quick once that gets out. So, but with that being said, if you enjoyed today's video, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and let's jump in. What is building true wealth? So building true wealth is just that. A true wealth means that it's essentially holding value over time. When I hold dollars in a savings account, is that truly holding value over time? Well, you know, you see the same amount of money. If let's say you put $10,000 in your bank account, well, in 10 years from now, you'll probably still have $10,000. In 50 years, you'll probably still have $10,000. And this has proven over the last, we'll say 100 years. Yeah, the money didn't change. You still have the same amount of dollars, but what did change is the purchasing power. And the thing you have to understand the most is as they print more and more money, it becomes worth less and less. And it really doesn't matter how they print it, why they print it. There's a million reasons on why they want to print money. I mean, I heard something come out the other day. I don't know if it's a plan, a bill, whatever. I heard someone say something about, someone mentioned we should give all these hurricane victims $750. I don't think it's going to matter. I mean, we just keep printing money. I think we should pay off our school loans, kids' school loans. I think we should send money overseas. I think we should do this. I think we should do that. The truth of the matter is, printing money for any reason is not good for the current money that's out there. And so if your savings or your future is placed on paper dollars, paper currency, and they have the ability to manipulate it, then it's going to lose value. The simple fact of creation, supplying more, supply and demand, producing more of something, it makes it worth less. If Florida has a good year for oranges and all of a sudden there's a ton of them, they just have the biggest crop ever in history, you can bet oranges are going to be extremely cheap. But if Florida gets hit with a hurricane and their whole orange field is wiped out with a frost or a hurricane, and the only oranges we're getting is from California, then you can bet the price of oranges and orange juice and everything relating to oranges are going to be through the roof. Well, the same thing happens with US dollars and really any fiat currency around the world. It doesn't just have to be dollars. It can be Chinese yuans, yens, pesos, loons, whatever. It doesn't matter. The more they produce of it, the less it's worth. Now, a lot of people don't even understand this. I'm not even convinced politicians understand this. I do think that Jerome Powell, Janet Yellen, I think they're smart enough to know that, but they can't tell you. They have to lie to you, essentially. They have to tell you to basically keep holding the ball, keep carrying the bag further for everybody else. Because if they tell you that and everybody gets out of the dollars, that's it. The dollar's done. They need people to be left holding the bag. And like I said, history has showed us that they will abuse that privilege. Like I said before, it's like a kid balancing your checkbook. I mean, you wouldn't trust your child or your grandchild handling your money. You wouldn't, because they don't know how to be financially responsible. And unfortunately, politicians today have proven that they don't know how to be financially responsible. They continue to squander your tax dollars away. They can't balance a simple budget. Now, if this was any person, it wouldn't pan out. I mean, if you know you make $1,000 a week and you're spending $1,200 a week, $1,500 a week, and you say, but it's no big deal. I got a $10,000 savings account. Okay, at $1,500 a week, and you're only making $1,000 a week, how long is it going to take to eat through, we'll say, $10,000? Well, you're spending $500 extra every week. Within 20 weeks, you're wiped out. And then you eventually go in the hole, and then you eventually go bankrupt. And here's the thing. People are not sitting on $10,000 in the bank. The average person doesn't even have a positive net worth anymore. We're talking average. The average person is in debt on credit cards, whether it be from a car loan. I don't know if I would say a home loan, but it is debt. But some people will say, well, a house is an asset. Some people say, no, it's not. It all depends how you look at it. Technically, in the eyes of the true definition of an asset, if you live in your home, it's not an asset. An asset has to produce you an income. It has to be income producing to really be a true asset. And your home is actually a liability. Yes, you're not having to pay rent, which is a good thing. But on the flip side, it's costing you money. According to the true definition, you're paying home insurance, you're paying taxes, you're paying upkeep, you're paying fees, you're paying maintenances, you're probably paying PMI insurance, you're probably paying interest. It's costing you more money every month. And the truth of the matter is, if you have more debt than you have income, as a person, it's natural that eventually you will continue to go in the hole, and then you will eventually collapse with a bankruptcy. It's a sad part of life. The average person is heavily in debt right now, mostly credit card debt, unsecured debt. And I've heard people say, well, it's no big deal because it's unsecured debt. It's not like they can get anything from me. All I got to do is just keep kicking the can down the road until I can be financially in the right spot to get a new house. And then after that, just let the credit card go. Who cares at that point? I've already got my house. What other thing do I need credit for? And to a certain point, I'm not going to dispute that. I'll be honest, since I've paid off my homes, I don't really need credit anymore. Do I use it once in a while? Of course I do. You know I do. People have commented you shouldn't buy silver on credit. You know, I use my credit. I get reward points. I pay it off every month, and that's it. I'm not going to let them make heavy interest fees off me. But the truth of the matter is, if it's a person, they're going in the hole. They will eventually go bankrupt. But what makes it different for the government? Well, the government can say, it's okay, we can just print money. It really doesn't matter. We can guarantee that we can afford to pay whatever it is. Social Security, whether it's defense, whether it's handouts, it doesn't matter. Social programs, whatever. But what can they not guarantee? They can't guarantee, there's no way they can guarantee the purchasing power of the dollars that you will receive. Chances are you will receive your Social Security. It just won't buy you much. And the truth of the matter is, you know, some people say, oh, they're going to get rid of our Social Security. It really doesn't matter. I don't think they're going to get rid of Social Security. They're going to keep printing you out dollars. Why? Because people will keep paying into the system, and they'll keep paying out, and it will never change until it collapses. People don't want to change anything because what can happen if you're the one that changes something? Well, obviously it's not going to look good if you're the one. If you're the one that changes and says, I'm going to end Social Security right now, you are going to be very disliked in this country. The truth of the matter is the debt that we have will never be paid. And because of that, nobody wants to even address the problem. It's easier for them just to say either tax more money, but that's not an opinion that people really like either. It doesn't get you votes. So then the next runner-up is, well, that's okay, let's just print money. We'll print money, and then nobody even really understands what's going on. Because if they print a bunch of money tomorrow, you're just going to look at your bank account and you're going to say, I still got the same amount of money in there. You ain't even going to know what's going on. The average person doesn't even realize how in debt this country is, how much money we've printed. Truth of the matter is, our debt, if you have any questions about how in debt we are, over $35 trillion, take a look at the U.S. debt clock. Type in some numbers and see how fast it's growing. It's not going to take long before you realize that it's not sustainable and that they're going to continue to print money until the fiat currency becomes worthless. Now, one subscriber out there is going to say they're not printing money because you can't print money. And they're right. But the average person watching this video does not yet fully know what money is. The true definition of money is it has to retain purchasing power. Which means if a silver quarter got me a gallon of gas 20 years ago, then a silver quarter should still get me a gallon of gas today. Now, somebody out there might think, oh, well, a quarter don't buy you a gallon of gas. And they'd be right. A quarter today won't buy you a gallon of gas, but a silver quarter today is still going to buy you a gallon of gas. In fact, it would buy you more than a gallon of gas. Some people might say even almost 2 gallons of gas. But why is that? That's because of manipulation. There's a certain amount of manipulation, and as they manipulate it, you know, it essentially can fluster the numbers. A lot of stuff is manipulated. You know, we know silver is heavily manipulated. How do we know this? Because we see the huge amounts of short positions that are out there. Paper contracts. In fact, 405 paper contracts for every 1 ounce of silver. Think about that. That means this ounce of silver that you see right here, 405 people think they own it. There's not enough physical silver out there to fulfill the paper contracts. And that's why a lot of us don't buy paper contracts. We buy the physical. There's no question that I own that ounce of silver. Why? Because you see it in front of you. I hold it in my hands. I know I own it. You know I own it. I have it. It's in my physical possession. If I had a piece of paper that said exchangeable for an ounce of silver, I'm relying on their honesty. I'm relying on their integrity. Are they going to have my silver when I want it, when I go and claim it? You know, some people don't even realize, are they going to have your fiat dollars when you go to the bank? Now, yeah, they're your dollars, you know, but some will say, technically, no, they're not. Once you turn it over to the bank, that's it. And a lot of people can't even grasp that because, you know, the banks don't keep your money in their bank. When you give them money, what do they do with it? They put it in the stock market. That's why they're paying more interest right now too, because they don't want you pulling your money from their bank. So they got to offer you a little bit more to keep you from pulling it out and putting into some other asset. And they do that, but here's the thing. Assets like gold and silver are going up a whole lot faster than the interest you make. And anything they can do to keep you in the system, to keep you playing the game, it's like a casino. The longer you play, the more they're going to make. And they know this. I used to play at the casinos heavily. I used to love going to the casinos. When I got tired, hey, can we comp you a room? Just stay here for the night instead of driving all the way back 2, 3, 4 hours away. Oh, wow, that's cool. What do you think I'm going to do the next morning when I wake up? You think I'm going to just wake up and drive home? No, I'm going to play some more. I'm sitting at the table, and I'm like, you know, I think I'm going to go out, eat, and, I don't know, do something else. I'm getting starving. Hey, how about we comp you a meal? Oh, have you tried our buffet? Oh, my word, it's delicious. Well, you tell me buffet, and I'm running. I like to eat, you know, so all of a sudden, you're there. When you get done eating, you're full. You just want to sit down and relax. They got a seat open for you. Sit on a casino, sit on a slot machine, a card table, whatever. They don't want you leaving for anything. Ever wonder why there's no clocks in casinos? Because you just keep playing on and on and on. And that's kind of how it is with the dollar. They don't want you exiting the dollar system. The longer you are holding dollars, the more they can inflate them away. I say deflate, inflate them away. The less they'll be worth when you go. Think about it. Your grandmother maybe saved, she maybe worked the first 20, let's just pretend for a minute. She worked the first 40 years of her life building up a retirement. 40 years passes of work and she goes to start drawing on that retirement. And people are like, oh yeah, but it went up all this money. Did it? Did it? Yeah, it went up. You know, it looked like it grew, but did it have the same purchasing power? If grandma had put that money into gold or silver, where would it be now? Because gold and silver doesn't lose purchasing power. Yeah, it might go up and down, but here's the thing. If the economy crashes, hypothetically, let's just pretend for a minute, and gold and silver did happen to go down, which I don't think it would. When the economy crashes, you might see a temporary pullback, and then all of a sudden you see a huge spike in gold and silver. But let's just say hypothetically it did pull back. Well, here's the thing. Your gold is worth a little less. Your silver quarter's worth a little less. But gas is cheaper. How do we know this? Look what happened during the cough. Silver came down, so didn't gas. In fact, gas plunged in price. Well, silver plunged in price. And then all of a sudden, stuff started getting better. Silver shot up like a rocket. And the same thing could happen again. Now, I would not put my financial well-being on the idea of when it crashes, I'm going to be ready and I'm going to buy it. Because the truth of the matter is, that doesn't always go the way you hope it will. Will you be able to find someone that sells silver? Will you be able to find a company that you can trust that will sell you silver and send it to you? Will that company even be selling silver, or will they be sold out already? Because there is a silver deficit where they're mining less and less silver every year. A lot of countries are buying it up. A lot of people are buying it up. A lot of industrial demand is absorbing it. Technology is taking it. As this continues to happen, it's going to be harder and harder to get your hands on physical. And if you haven't taken the time to secure your position in gold and silver, Well, you're in the casino. You're still holding the poker chips. You're still holding the fiat currencies of the world as they continue to decline in purchasing power. If I'm wrong and you buy precious metals and it doesn't go to the moon, did it hold its purchasing power? Most of the time, almost all of the time, yes, it did. Are there a few instances where you could have bought on this specific day and had lost money if you sold on this specific day? Well, yes. With any asset, if you allow me to cherry pick the dates, I can pull a date where you would have lost money if you bought on this day and sold on that day, and I don't care what it is. Bitcoin, in most people's eyes, they look at that like if I had bought in Bitcoin, I'd be a billionaire. You're right. If you had bought it in the beginning and you had held it to now, you would probably be a multimillionaire or a billionaire. But I could cherry pick a number even out of that would make you a loser. No, you bought on this date and you sold on that day, you're a loser. Shoot, you bought a year ago, it was 75,000. It's not that now. You're a loser. So anything can be cherry picked. But what I like to look at is the overall average. Overall average, gold and silver has done phenomenal. So far this year, both metals are up pretty much 30% easily. If you're not happy with a 30% profit, then you're greedy. I hate to say it like that. A 30% gain in 1 year is awesome, and it hasn't even been a year yet. And I can tell you that people, when they chase greed, they're playing the casino game. And eventually, you do get popped. Yeah, you might hit. And I'll be honest, like I said, I used to gamble all the time. And I've gotten hit a whole lot more times than I've beat it. Have I won? Yes, I have. I've had to walk out with W-2s or whatever they call them, where they take your Social Security number and you don't leave without them getting their cut, the taxes. And that's a good feeling, but that's not the norm. So, it's something to think about. What I want people to understand is when you have precious metals, you have something that has been worth money since the beginning of time, and it will continue to be worth money down the road. Dollars and currencies, it doesn't matter what the currency is, will come and go. If you have a fire and your cash burns up, your silver and gold will still be there. It won't be in the same form as the coins you see. The plastic will melt, the silver will probably melt, and you'll have one big glob of silver. But you know what? It's still the silver. They can melt that down, recast it, and I won't have those coins, but I'll still have that ounce. So once people realize that, then you understand true wealth. You understand that that's going to be there down the road. And some people realize it and some people never realize it. And that's where the comments come in, the negative comments that you might see about gold and silver. Now, I really hope this video helped you out, some of y'all that are maybe newer to stacking. Every day I'm reading more comments that say, I'm new to stacking. I found your channel. I love it. And because of that, that's what keeps me going. That and you subscribing, you hitting that thumbs up button, you leaving me good comments of ideas to make the channel better, to make the channel grow. Maybe you have Facebook and you share the video on Facebook. That helps me out more than you know. All of a sudden someone shares it and I've got 5 or 10 new subscribers because of your share. That's why I'm so big on asking people to like, comment, subscribe, share. And as an ultimate, if you want to become a member, that's a good opportunity. An opportunity, for $1.99 to hit that join button, you have a shot at winning Silver Eagle from 1987 that there's very few of them out there, and it has a $250 cost. However, it's a collectible because there's not many of them. This ounce of silver that you see right here is essentially the same ounce of silver. It's just stamped a little differently. It wasn't made in the same place. But an ounce of silver and an ounce of silver. But at the end of the day, people love these collectible ones. And that's a true win. And if someone does win that and they don't like it, you can let me know and I'll work you out a trade. So if you want some of these plain ones, I can do that too. But that's going to be a one-on-one basis because everybody's going to have a difference of opinions. For the winner, they can contact me and let me know what they think. But it's worth it for $1.99. You become a member, you help the channel, you join the community, and you get a star next to your name. and your comments go straight to my phone. I see whatever you have to say instantly. It's a lot of fun. I will be talking more about that members event in the next couple of days. However, there are only 17 spots left. I expect they're going to fill really quick. Probably by the time I get the video, I'll be talking about that event. And only 100 people will be eligible. So the first 100 members, however, we're already pretty close now. So with that being said, I thank everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're subscribed, liked, comment. And if you want to become a member, I would love to see your name come up on the members and a star next to your name next time. And I thank you. Whether you do or don't become a member, thank you so much for watching. That's what's important. Thank you for sharing. And I hope you all have a great day. Take care, everybody, and have a good one. It's almost the weekend.